There's a change in the Trading212 app that no one wanted, but I think we all thought was coming. Let me tell you what it is. So what you're now seeing on screen is the Bank of England base rate page, and I bet you can tell where this video is going. As you can see, the current Bank of England base rate is 4.5%, which was recently lowered. And what this basically does in terms of economics is roughly drive the amount of interest that is received and charged on savings. I have already made a video on this, so please go and watch that if you haven't seen it. But what Trading212 does is give interest on cash balances by investing in QMMFs. What they do is take about 10% of the returns and then pass on the rest to the end user, i.e. me and you. As I always have to say, this is just for educational purposes. This is not investment advice. But in saying that, I think this is one of the best things that the Trading212 platform offers, and is why it is, I think, such a great platform for beginners especially. Previously, Trading2 was offering 5.1% via the QMMFs, given that they pay out roughly around 5.6%, which is the underlying sort of financial instrument itself. That Trading212 basically manages the investment on their end, and then takes sort of 10% management fee in reality for that, giving you 5.1% initially. It's been 4.9 for I think the last sort of 6 to 9 months. And now if I go onto the Trading212 website, you can see 4.9% on your GBP cash. This does vary by currency, but there is a big grey banner saying the GBP rate is changing to 4.6% from the 1st of March, which is in line with the Bank of England's changes. Even with that change, 4.6% is still very competitive, given that it is paid daily. There are no minimum or max fee, limits in terms of the amount you can invest, which most other providers will do in terms of banks such as Santander and Lloyds, to offer you somewhere often around about sort of 5% as being the max that you can get from savings accounts. But often, you know, elsewhere in the market, you're getting closer between sort of 3 and 4%. This change will also impact the amount that you get on cash ISAs, which are backed by the FSCS 85k protection scheme. It has to be said that Trading212's amounts held outside of a cash ISA, which is, for example, what I do as being from Jersey, outside of the UK. For these balances, they are not protected by this scheme, so you are at risk a little bit, though. QMMFs are pretty much the lowest risk financial instrument on the planet. The Q meaning qualifying, meaning basically that in theory it is of very high quality in terms of risks of default, and the volatility is very, very low for them. I think it's also good when talking about how QMMFs work and how the for anything on the Trading212 interest on cash feature, is that within the app, if you go on your homepage to money market ETFs, what you see here are instruments that work in a very similar way. If we look at this Lixor Smart Overnight Return Accumulating Fund, we can see 5.4% over the last year, which is, as I say, the mid fives. And it's instruments like this that Trading212 put your cash in. Basically charge a fee for you not having to do this manually yourself, which I think most people are willing to pay, and then pay you the rest of the money, interest, which will now be 4.6%. But as we can see from this, especially if I expand it, that the day-to-day volatility is very, very low. This is over the last year, for example, and then over the last 5 years, where it is pretty much a flat line, or as close to a flat line as any instrument will ever give you. It isn't a positive video really in terms of the news. You know, it's no one wants to see the interest on their savings rate drop, but I still think Trading212 offers something that is really market leading, or at least on the very sort of pinnacle, efficient frontier of the market in terms of the rates that it is giving you. So I think for people that have used this interest on cash feature previously, I don't think this should really deter you from continuing with it. I, for example, plan to keep holding cash in Trading212, similarly to how I have done, and this 30 basis point reduction isn't going to change my opinions on using Trading212. Well, I hope you have all enjoyed this video and have found it helpful and useful. Obviously, please like, comment, share and subscribe. That really helps the channel. And if you have any feedback or anything else you want to see, please put it in the comments below. I will be trying to be really active and engaging with the viewers, and I'm really happy with all the support that the channel has received so far, and really helpful that we can continue to grow over the next few months and years. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.